Hello everyone. Welcome to Warship News, an initiative on the part of Naval Legends to keep the community updated with the latest news bulletin from Warships Blitz. I am Courtney Hewson, and in today's episode, Brian Dirth presents the spring roadmap for Warship Blitz. Next, Eric Davey takes a sneak peek on the possible new Tier 10 Premium American Heavy Cruiser. Finally, Veena reviews the broken situation of the community, in relation to the reshuffling of the Shipyard. So, let's begin by calling in Brian for the roadmap review.
Hello everyone. Brian here. On the 11th of May, 2020, Warship Blitz created a post, informing the community about the spring roadmap for this year. The roadmap takes into account the months of May to July, and in this period, we can expect to see quite some changes in the game we all love so much. In May, we will be getting update 3.2. Under this update, we will get the long-awaited training room, where newbies can sharpen their skills in the game, and new ships can be tested before being pitted in real-time battles. This is expected to be one of the biggest additions to the game this year. Also in this update, we will be getting the first Tier 10 Premium Warship, which is expected to be the USS Buffalo. Other changes include revamps to fleet challenges and the controversial shuffling of the Shipyard. The month of June will see the organization of the World of Warships Blitz Global Tournament. Finally, the game is heading towards a possible esports wing. Added to that, nothing spectacular will be happening in-game, except for the Tier 10 Team Skirmish and the Russia Day special event. In the month of July though, we will be getting update 3.3. The focus of this update is the early access to the Italian cruiser tech tree. This is another long-awaited addition, as the Regina Marine will finally be adequately represented in the game. Another important facet of the update will be improvements in bot movement and behavior. 2 new events will await us in this month, in the form of the US Independence Day and the Bastille Day events. This month will also see a long-required revamp of the league system, which is currently quite broken. Thus, in my opinion, this will be quite a hectic and successful trimester for the developers. We will have to wait and see how the things turn out. Thank you. See you all later.
Thank you Brian for taking us through the roadmap. It surely seems quite ambitious. Anyways, the topic of the first Tier 10 Premium American Heavy Cruiser was specified in the roadmap. Let us see what Eric Davey has in store for us in correlation to this topic.
Can you imagine a heavy cruiser on steroids? USS Buffalo is just that. This morning, she has been released in-game, and her stats can really make ships shiver. Her health pool isn't the best, with just about 40,000 hit points. Her speed, at 39.23 knots, is also not the best. Her primary focus is on her 203mm massive primary guns, which has 11.6 kilometers range. These are superb stats for her tire. Her secondary, 127mm guns are also quite impressive. These traits have been enhanced with the inclusion of the Rapid Reload 1 consumable, which will decrease her reload time. Along with that, she has one of the best anti-aircraft armaments, enhanced with the Air Defense Alert 2 consumable, and the concealment allows the ship to fire her first salvo without being detected. Overall, she is a sniper type of ship, which, I believe, will be a decent high-explosive spammer, along with being a strong armor-piercing hitter as well. It feels quite strong, and will require some skill to muster this concealed killer. As a final impression, she will not be a ship for wallet warriors, as no-brainer players will have a hard time understanding the subtle strengths of the ship. Thank you for your time. Hope you enjoy the new ship. On to you, Courtney.
Thank you so much Eric. It surely will be a very much awaited ship. Next in line, Veena has a special report of the infamous Shipyard reshuffling decision of Wargaming. Take a look.
A few months back, the entire community of Warships Blitz was taken aback by the revolutionary decision of the developers to instate a special purchase interface for premium ships. the Shipyard. Now, the same community finds itself broken in two, over another quite revolutionary decision regarding the same shipyard. Let us investigate, and see for ourselves, as to what, and how situations changed so drastically, so as to create such a rift. In Update 2.5, Warships Blitz developers announced a new way to purchase premium ships. The new interface, called Shipyard, is a virtual marketplace, where naval resources like copper, steel and titanium, could be used to buy the selective premiums. The resources could be earned by completing battle honor missions for specific ships, from Blitz Pass rewards, and occasionally from daily logins. But, it was experienced that earning adequate resources was not as easy as it seemed to be, and there was indeed a money-grabbing angle to it. Even then, the Shipyard was an overall success, as there was no time bound to the ship's availability. But, controversially, a few days back, Warships community was bombed with a graphic picture, which clearly stated that the present set of ships would be unavailable after the month of May, and after that, a new set of ships would be introduced. Though the situation seems trivial, it actually caused a massive rupture in the Warships Blitz community. There are a group of players, who are completely against the reshuffling, and want the older ships to be infinitely available. Another group of players, however, are advocates of change, and have hailed the decision of the developers as a historic step towards making the game at par with the PC version. After a thorough research for Naval Legends, I have finally come up with a solution to glue the broken situation. The glue is a mediation. There are players who have spent huge loads of time in grinding for copper ships like Mile and Roma, but will not being able to purchase the same. On the other hand, some players have somehow purchased the copper ships, and some of the steel ships, and they welcome the change. Both parties are quite correct in their places, and thus, we need to choose a middle path. Under this mediation, we need to convince the developers for two concessions. First, we will have to ensure that the ships not purchased using resources must be untouched, while the slots vacated by purchased ships could be refilled. Next, we need to ask the developers to revamp the resource system, so as to ease procurement of resources. That would be the best way, and the most viable as well. With this, I wrap up my show here. Thank you everyone. To tell us what you think about this shuffle. On to you, Courtney.
Thank you, Veena, for your honest opinion on the subject. I am sure our voices will reach the higher rungs of the developers, and changes can soon be expected. With this, we have come up to the end of today's video. If you enjoy this method, please send your appreciation by clicking the like button. I would also appreciate if you decide to subscribe to our channel. Finally, if you can manage, please do consider supporting us on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Take care and goodbye.